guys, we're back. And guess who else is back?
My name's Logan.
I know. You are back. You are back. Last time you were not here. You took a vacation. You took a holiday last week.
Yep.
Last episode. So, I'm your host, the goofy one of the group. Move the microphone a little bit. I'm the host, Dad, and we've got...
Logan, I already introduced myself.
And...
Hayden. I do a lot of this stuff.
And as you can see, we're all wearing green because it is St. Patrick's Day. So, happy St. Patrick's Day out there to you all. And if nobody's wearing green, pinch them. But I guess you can't because you're not going to hear this until tomorrow or Tuesday or Wednesday or I don't know, whenever you hear
They
this.
don't know what tomorrow is.
Today's Sunday because we just told them it's St. Patrick's Day. So tomorrow could be Monday.
Tomorrow could be Friday.
Well, no. Tomorrow is always going to be Monday. It just depends on when they listen to this. Then when they listen to it, their tomorrow could be different. Anyways,
could be Friday.
Oh, we got some bittersweet news. One kid's excited, one kid's sad. Half of Bears fans love it. The other half hate it. Some teammates have been talking about it on social media. So, without further ado, we will get into the big elephant in the room. I guess he's no longer in the Bears room. And yes, that is Justin Fields. You guessed it. So, if you have paid attention and listened, Hayden is a fan of Caleb Williams. Not a big fan of Justin Fields. Logan, on the other hand, is a huge fan of Justin Fields. And, of course, they both wanted what they wanted. Logan wanted to keep him. Hayden wanted to trade him. But when Hayden decided to trade him, it was for much more than a sixth-round pick.
For next year.
But we'll get into that because there's been a lot of rumors going. I don't know who you want to believe or anything. But they did say that the Bears talked to what? 5 or 6 total teams. I've heard 2 different things. And that the Bears felt that Justin Fields' best chance to succeed was with the Steelers.
No. Fields wanted to go to the Steelers.
Well, I mean, that he wanted to go because he felt it was his best chance. The Bears decided they came out and said we're going to do right by Justin. And so I guess, what were the teams that you heard they were talking to?
The Giants, Patriots, Raiders, Eagles, Steelers.
And the Eagles definitely would make sense because they ended up trading for Kenny Pickett. What? Just it was earlier in the day? The day or two before?
Yeah, it was
Fields'
Friday.
trade was when? Saturday?
Yes.
And then Kenny Pickett got traded from...
Eating sushi.
Yes. So Kenny Pickett got traded from the Steelers on Friday, and then they traded for Caleb Williams on Saturday.
No, what? They did not.
What did I say?
You said Caleb.
Heavens to miss. The Steelers traded for Justin Fields on Saturday. They both got super excited, like, what? Anyways.
Logan got excited. I was like, no.
So, yes, Hayden had a date with his mother. They went and got some sushi. Logan went and hung out with his friend Carson's house.
We all know who Carson is.
Who's normally over here, sometimes on the podcast.
I was about to say, I thought you were about to say sometimes over here on the weekend. I'm like, no.
Well, sometimes he's over here on the weekend.
He's always over here on the weekend.
So, we got, let's see here. So, what else we want to talk about here? So, do you think that it was the right choice trading Fields?
It was absolutely the right choice.
Okay, why? Okay, one at a time. Logan, why do you feel it was not the right?
Because Fields was with the 2 worst offensive coordinators that I've ever seen. Plus he also had
I don't know. Land the plane.
Have 2 different number 1 receivers. 3. Yeah, 2. No, 3.
Jeez
3.
Louise. So Justin Fields, what? He played, this was his 3rd season
Mm-hmm.
So this season he had DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney, Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
Were the top receivers. But they also had, Equinemius St. Brown,
Tyler.
Tyler
Scott,
Colin Johnson,
who they re-signed.
Mercedes Lewis, Robert
Tunyon, which of course Robert Tunyon missed that real big down the field bomb that was a dime. And
Fields threw one dime in his whole career.
He threw a lot more than one now.
But he's very good at overthrowing Mooney on every single play.
Yes, I saw a statistic that said that 40% of Darnell Mooney's passes were either overthrown, underthrown, or like a combination of the thereof. I can't remember specifically. Yeah. But what do you feel about? I mean, what else do you think?
He just blames the offensive coordinators, who I don't think he can blame anymore because Matt Nagy just won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs as their offensive coordinator.
Well, Matt Nagy wasn't necessarily the offensive coordinator when he was with the Bears. He was the head coach.
He was still the offensive coordinator.
But that was only 1 year.
And
really, they wanted to sit Justin Fields the first year, like most people like sitting their rookies.
But everyone else got hurt.
Yep, so they kind of had to go to him. And I don't think they game planned for him. I don't even know if they really even knew what they had in Justin at that time. Because I will say one thing is I think coaches have kind of failed him, I guess, a little bit. I mean, you keep hearing that they keep talking about mechanics. But one of the big things I feel like that was a knock about Justin was it took him too long for his wind-up, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
So he decided, okay, boom, I'm throwing to DJ Moore right here. So, and then it's like he would just take too long to process the throw. I don't know if that's something that you could fix with a quarterback, but I would assume a quarterback coach would be like, hey, we need to get this thing rolling. I know in one of the games they were talking about Dak Prescott, and he said one of the things that helped him offensively was the coach was kept, okay, look, you got to keep a time clock in your head, so you get the ball height, 1,001, 1,002, boom, you need to make a decision. And then 1,003, you're throwing the ball or you're going.
Yeah, are we even sure that anyone's telling Fields to do that?
I'm not sure about anything.
He should know how to do that if he's an NFL quarterback. But one of his biggest knocks was the fact that his career passing percentage is 60%.
Yeah, it seemed like he had some trouble sometimes. I don't know if it was just anticipating the throw or not being able to anticipate the throw, or if it was because there's a difference in the NFL when you're talking about an open receiver and the college.
Yeah.
The game is so fast. The defense is always trying to do something new, try something new to confuse the quarterback. So, Hayden, would you like to explain that a little bit more about how they try to confuse the quarterback on the defense?
Yeah, it's called disguise coverage. If that's what you're referencing.
Yeah, go into a little bit more detail for.
Okay, so the defense tries to confuse the quarterback by acting like they're going to do something, but then they change it up. Like, showing that they're about to blitz, like having, especially on hard count, if you have a linebacker blitz in, and then it's like, oh, he's blitzing, and then he backs, and then he like blitzes and backs up at the very last second. And it's like, oh, crap. It really messes with him. But then the corner ends up blitzing, who you thought was playing man coverage, and then the safety's actually playing man coverage on the guy that you thought the corner was playing man coverage, and the corner's actually playing zone coverage. It's just like they make you think that they're about to do something. And usually this is what they do if they're in this defensive formation. But then it's like two people flip some roles, other people they'll flip roles and change it up a little bit.
So why would they do that? To keep them on
to confuse the quarterback. Because if you're a quarterback, right, and you see that it's cover two man press, all right?
What's that mean?
So that means that there's two safeties over top, and there's three corners, a line, and then there's a linebacker, a line with four rushing linemen.
Okay.
If you see that, but it's actually cover four zone, in which there's two safeties, the corners drop back, or two of the corners drop back into deep zones, and then the corners and linebackers go to the extra corner and extra linebacker go to the and play like the flats right here.
Sir.
They play the flats.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like the flats.
And then there's another linebacker that plays the middle, or it's like they'll like have a linebacker that blitzes in, and then he'll like go up and he'll just like push the lineman's chest, and he'll run back in his zone coverage, like that.
Okay.
Because then the quarterback's like, oh crap, he's blitzing, and then he reacts to the blitz by maybe like moving outside the pocket, but then the linebacker drops back, and the quarterback then can get confused easier.
It's always like a cat and mouse.
Yeah.
Always got to disguise so you try to make them fall into your plan.
Mm-hmm.
Your trap. It's a trap. Yep, just like that.
Yep.
Okay, so, but now Fields did good. What are some of the things that Fields did good at?
Fields did good at throwing the ball very accurately to the other team.
Jeez Louise, he didn't throw that many interceptions.
No, but he was actually very good overthrowing and underthrowing Darnell Mooney.
Okay, no. Negative. That's negative. I said
he
positive.
was very good at throwing the ball to DJ Moore.
Oh, you said positive. He was very good at running when he got actually started to run.
So he was he was an elusive quarterback
Yes.
that could run very well.
But he's not a very smart NFL player.
Why do you say that?
Decision making. He's not smart on the field. Like
Okay, what do you?
he can't read a defense even if it's not disguised.
Okay, so again, I feel like that would be coaching. Lack of being able to read a defense, wouldn't that have some to do with coaching?
But I feel like the quarterback, if you're an NFL quarterback, you don't need to be able to coaching a little bit, but I feel like you should be able to learn this mostly on your own.
You think?
Yes.
Well, then what's the point of any team having coaches then? If it's completely only on the players?
They call the plays.
Well, why can't the players call the plays then?
They help with the forms. Because then what? Then is the quarterback going to be like, yeah, we want to trade for Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson? Quarterback going to call the Vikings and be like, yeah, we're going to trade for Justin Jefferson.
Well, no, quarterbacks can't do that because somebody just got in trouble for that. Bum, bum, bum. Logan hadn't heard that latest tidbit. So, we're back on Justin Fields. Okay, so I thought this would go a little bit more like Logan's like, oh, yeah, he does this good, this good, this good. He's just like, no.
I blame the coordinators.
I blame the coordinators. So, some people blame the line. And then there were times where the line would give him like 7 seconds to throw.
Justin Fields had the most time to throw on average this year, the 23-24 season, and the 22-23 season. Now, that's not in the pocket. In the 23-24 season, he was top 3 for most times to throw on quarterbacks that were the starting quarterback in week 1.
See, I feel like they would just the way that the Bears would work. It's just like they would. It's like the drive would get going, boom, 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 and then all of a sudden, boom, you'd get a penalty, false start, or holding. Boom, okay, you back it up 10 yards. Then it's like the play calling just became very, what's the word I'm looking for? Easy, not unique, predictable. Y'all are a load of fun today. So the Bears became predictable.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like on certain, it's like on third downs. Okay, well you knew the Bears were going to pass, but then for some whatever reason, it's like the line again would either give Fields 7 seconds, and then he would just sit there and hold the ball, waiting for something to happen, or like a lineman would block the wrong guy, and then 1 or 2 guys would just go scot-free, untouched, right to the quarterback's sack. Boom, over. But who's that on?
That's on.
Is that on the coaches?
That could be. I think that could be on the quarterback for not adjusting the line.
maybe you got to adjust more. Maybe.
I feel like the quarterback, if you want to be a good NFL quarterback, you don't necessarily need a good team, but you need to be able to make good adjustments around you. Because, I mean, think about it.
Because that's why the quarterback is always calling out the middle linebacker so the line knows exactly who to block, who not to block, or who, if they're letting somebody. Sometimes they do let blockers just free, but they're usually because they're going to the other side or something.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, think about it. C.J. Stroud, right? The Texans weren't expected to do as well as they did this year because the Texans were regarded to have not a very good team.
Yeah, but then they ended up doing much better.
It's because Stroud was able to adjust.
But now, too, though, it's like you have a good drive going, and then the play calling, they call a string, 3 screens in a row. You can't really help that.
Yeah, but
they just need to execute better.
Bears didn't call 3 screens in a row really for Fields.
Well, no, but there were a couple. Which game was that they literally called like 3 screens in a row, and one of them got intercepted, and it was like the game.
Bajan.
Was that Bajan?
No, that was Kentucky.
That was Kentucky.
No, but
that was Will Levis in Kentucky.
I know, but I feel Fields.
Not Will
did
Levis.
it
That was
Devin.
because I know
Devin Leary.
I know Fields. The defensive lineman intercepted one of the screens against Fields.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh.
Yes. See.
Well, he's a linebacker.
Well, tomato.
You're talking about the Bucs game when Fields underthrew the screen pass so ridiculously bad that the linebacker reached up and caught it like this.
Yeah, that.
He didn't even need to jump. He didn't even play the running back.
And the game was over.
Yeah. And Fields just underthrew the running back that poorly.
Yeah, but also that was a bad play call
It was a good play call.
No, it wasn't a good play call.
It was 1st and 20 because Chase Claypool just caught a offensive pass interference penalty. It was a good play call, just poorly executed. On 1st and 20, you do not want to take the risk of throwing the interception, so you run the screen to try and get an extra 5 yards. You also don't want to run the ball because then it's harder to get out of bounds. If you're on a screen play, it's easier to get out of bounds, or if there's a heavy rush and you spike it into the ground near the running back's feet where he can't catch it, and there you just get to play the down again, basically.
But that guy also said he knew that play was coming. He knew they were running that because of how predictable their offense got.
I doubt he knew it because
That's what he said.
He may have said it, but I don't think he knew it because he reacted. He didn't react to the play. He reacted toward the quarterback, and Fields' throw was very, very bad, and he didn't even jump over. He didn't go act like he was rushing in and pull back. He rushed in, and he got double teamed, and then they threw it to, I think it was Herbert at the time, and it was just underthrown. It was very underthrown. So the defender caught it like that. He didn't jump up. He didn't turn around. He didn't make a crazy catch. What?
Yep. Nothing. Anyway.
So he didn't even do anything special. He didn't do anything special that play. It was just a very bad throw.
Actually,
Running back
he did do something special. He got a pick 6.
Well, I mean, he threw. I don't know. Talk more about it. Come on. Get energized.
I am. Logan's not talking.
Logan, you're the one who liked Fields.
I'm telling y'all, I don't feel good.
You were just fine running around.
Do you have any other input you want to input about Fields? Would you like to go lay down then?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you were dismissed. We're back to two-person podcast. Allergies are getting them. South Carolina allergies are pretty bad right now. You go outside, if you have a white car, you have a green car now because of the pollen, the high pollen count.
Is it hot in here to you?
It's always hot in here when we do this. I think because our light, it's just so hot.
I know. It's I'm burning up.
In this particular area of the house, it doesn't have very good circulation. Oh,
no.
I keep forgetting to check and make sure that this thing is not. See, I already closed the other.
See, Logan's not even doing Logan didn't even talk like that.
Okay, well, that's fine. We're not going to talk negative about Logan.
But
so,
I feel like the Bears. I feel like Fields just is not an NFL quarterback, and he's not learning from anything. Nathan Peterman's a pretty old quarterback. Nothing learned. 3 years in the NFL. Matt Nagy was the one who really unlocked Patrick Mahomes, I think.
Well, see, sometimes some of these good quarterbacks that are successful sometimes sit behind other good, successful quarterbacks. The Bears really have never had a good, successful quarterback and then get another up-and-coming quarterback to rest behind, like the Packers did. They had Favre, then they got Aaron Rodgers, and he didn't play for, 2 or 3 years?
3 years.
And then he started. And then they had Jordan Love, who didn't play for 2 or 3 years. And then he's starting. I don't know. I guess there's really no recipe to success.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just burning up.
Sorry, that's okay. I'll drink you a little bit of water.
I didn't grab my water.
So instead,
I
Bears,
finished it earlier.
and of course, this is what I guess the media is talking about. Fields is worth a 1, maybe a second round.
He's not. He's Mac Jones. I'm honestly surprised the Bears didn't get a 7th round pick. I don't understand where people are saying that Fields is better than Mac Jones, because statistically they were about the same passing their whole careers.
I think it's because he has more potential because he has that dynamic ability of running the ball. And if he can just get that throwing down.
Yeah, but he also fumbled the ball 26 times over the last 2 years.
That's one of the things. If you have a running quarterback, you're going to fumble a lot.
No, he shouldn't fumble. He does not slide.
Well, he does slide, and then he tends to get hit every time he slides.
He's not sliding early enough.
Well, that's neither here nor there, but running quarterbacks tend to get less calls called for them. So when they do slide, the other team tends to be able to hit them a little bit more or a little bit later because they're a running quarterback. Right?
Yeah, I guess so. But, why do you fumble the ball 26 times? No one fumbles the ball 26 times.
Well, he doesn't even have the most turnovers.
That's just because T-Law threw a lot of receptions his rookie year.
Children, we got the cat and the dog wrestling back here in the background. WrestleMania coming up.
But I mean, the Jags were literally the worst team.
I don't know.
T-Law's rookie year.
Can you move a little closer? Now talk.
The Jags were the worst team T-Law's rookie year.
That's a little bit better. I don't know. Well, the Bears, if you say the Jags were bad, the Bears were terrible. Justin Fields last year. And then this past year, they got a little bit better.
Yeah, but the Jags were even worse. Travis Etienne lost for the season. He tore his ACL in week 1. Evan Ingram didn't do anything. They had Urban Meyer, who's one of the worst NFL head coaches of all time.
Yeah.
And then their receiving core was no one's.
Right.
Their O-line was bad. And their defense wasn't anything either.
So are you saying this argument in favor or against Fields? Because the Bears didn't have anything either for Fields.
He still had the most time to throw. T-Law had bottom 5.
But a lot of Fields' reasoning for having so much time is because he scrambled some too. And that takes into account a lot of it too.
Yeah, but
he would scramble. He's constantly looking downfield, but he either couldn't find them, or he didn't trust to throw it to him.
I don't think Luke Getsy's a bad offensive coordinator per se. I just don't think Fields is a good quarterback that can adjust to the offensive scheme.
Well, I do think the first year. I feel like was on Getsy because I feel like he went into it I'm a quarterback coach coming from Aaron Rodgers, so I know how a quarterback should play. But then when he got in there, he didn't develop him enough or adjust his game accordingly.
He adjusted very well. He adjusted and started running those read option plays, and those were working very well.
Your voice is cracking a whole lot, Mr. Sir. I think you're doing a little bit of it on purpose. Crack, you're going to sound like Mickey Mouse here pretty bad. Pretty bad. You're going to sound like Mickey Mouse here pretty soon.
My voice is cracking really bad.
All right. Oh, we're only at 25 minutes today.
Yeah.
Logan did not last long.
No. But like, I just don't think that Fields is a quality NFL quarterback.
I could see Fields going the route of Geno Smith. It was kind of high potential coming in out of college. Fell a little bit, and then maybe get under the right. After a little bit extra in the league, maybe he'll be able to come around. I don't know.
No.
Now, there are some Bears fans who are like, you know what? Next season, I hope the Bears lose every game and the Steelers win every game and Justin Fields becomes MVP.
I don't understand where these Bears fans get this much love for Justin Fields. Mitchell Trubisky was a better quarterback for the Bears than Justin Fields was for the Bears.
Statistically, I mean, he did take them to the playoffs Matt Nagy's first year.
Oh, so Matt Nagy can take a quarterback to the playoffs.
Matt Nagy won Coach of the Year that year.
So Matt Nagy's not a bad coach.
I don't know. I think I don't know. I think the whole kit and caboodle, I think, sometimes overrated. It's just all about chemistry and clicking. Getsy and Fields, to me, never clicked.
Fields didn't click with really the offense.
He clicked with DJ Moore. But again, I mean, how much of that was DJ Moore and how much of that was Fields? I don't know.
But I mean, like, you see, it was never Fields throwing good passes. It was always DJ Moore having absolutely insane catches.
Well, I mean, sometimes insane catches are good passes.
I don't know, man.
You know, back shoulder throws. The throw that Fields threw to DJ Moore at the Atlanta game when he hit DJ Moore in the back corner of the end zone.
That was good. I don't think that was a good throw. Well, I think it was a good throw. I don't think it was a good choice. Like, he hit him, but I don't think he should have thrown that ball still.
I think a lot of times they make the incorrect choice.
I feel like he was forcing it. I feel like he forced it to DJ Moore. Because him and Mooney had okay chemistry year one, but then it just died out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just, yeah. But we've moved on now, so Fields is no longer with the team. So do you think the Bears are going to take the number 1 pick and draft Caleb Williams?
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to trade back and get somebody else?
Where are they going to trade back to?
I don't know. 2, 3, 4?
I don't think the Patriots are going to trade up. I think there's a higher chance the Patriots trade back than trade down than trade up. And I don't think the Commanders are going to be willing to trade up. I feel like they'd be happy. I think they're going the route of Jaden Daniels, even getting Marcus Mariota, a quarterback who's a little bit more similar to Jaden Daniels, to try and help develop him. I think they're going the route of developing Jaden Daniels.
So you think it's going to go what? Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May? You don't think there's going to be any big trades in those top 3?
I think if there's a trade, it's only going to be the Patriots.
Up or back?
Back.
You don't think Commanders will trade back? I don't know if it would be wise for the Commanders to trade back just for the simple fact they have so many picks as it is.
Right, and they don't have a quarterback.
But then maybe they're thinking maybe they can slide back just enough and still get one of the good quarterbacks.
No.
I don't know. See, I think all this is just like fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, the Bears are going to trade from 1 to 2 and get a haul, 2 to 3 or 4 and get a haul, and then they're going to draft Marvin Harrison Jr. and then with the 14 other thousand picks they get, like, this ain't Madden.
Yeah.
Teams super value draft picks, of course, of which the Bears only got, a 6th round draft pick. It's a guaranteed 6th round draft pick for 2025.
If he plays 51%, if he plays 50 or more percent of the offensive snaps, then it turns into a 4th.
Is the light bothering you?
No.
Then what's
I'm
wrong?
just a little dizzy.
Probably allergies, all this pollen. Pollen. Okay, so Bears go Caleb Williams, number 1.
Yeah.
The only way I think that they don't go Caleb Williams, number 1 at this point is if when he comes and does his pro day or any of his, the pro day or his top 30 visit. And just something's wrong. He's got a broken foot nobody knew about or something.
Right.
Otherwise, I'm pretty sure he's going to be a Chicago Bear.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of fans are upset about him because of some off-the-field stuff that may or may not be true. Some Bears fans don't like that he paints his fingernails.
Ooh, he paints a letter on his fingernails for one game against a big rival.
Some people, apparently they say he wears dresses. I don't know. I've never seen this. I know sometimes some of the styles that some of these younger guys are wearing might be a little too hip, I guess, for some of the older folk, maybe. I don't know. And then some people are saying because he cried in his mom's arms that he's a wussy pants.
Ooh, he cried. Patrick Mahomes cried in Andy Reid's arms.
Look, I do feel bad for Caleb Williams though, because I feel like he's coming into this and Bears fans are going to be like, I told you this the other day. If the Bears win the Super Bowl, well, I don't know. Maybe if they win the Super Bowl, they might let him off the hook. But what I say the other day, I was like, if he doesn't get 4,000 yards passing, then the Bears.
It doesn't matter if he wins MVP. If he gets 1 yard short, he could have 2,000 rushing yards, 100 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions, no fumbles. He actually gets forced fumbles when he plays defense.
When the other teammates fumbles, he goes and gets the ball back.
Yep. And he commits 0 turnovers. He doesn't get sacked once the whole year. And if he had literally the best season of all time, but if he doesn't throw for 4,000 passing yards, then he's a bust.
Yeah, I mean there is just now I get it. Fields was kind of beloved, I guess you could say.
Yeah, but why? What did he do that was oh my gosh? He didn't donate to charity. He didn't really do.
He probably did donate to charity.
Well, yeah, but he didn't do anything publicly.
Maybe he did a little bit more than we know.
But there was nothing big he did that would connect him to the fans, and he wasn't a very good quarterback for us.
I feel like Bears fans, when it comes to quarterbacks, we have such low expectations anymore that when somebody gets there that we think is halfway decent, we just idolize him. And sometimes it could be a negative. I mean,
but Fields
we put so much pressure on him that he just didn't produce.
Fields threw for 2,500 yards this year.
Right. He was also hurt for 4 games.
Yeah. So he would have been able to throw for 3,200 yards.
I don't know. Do you think he'd have been thrown for 3,000 yards, though?
Yes, I think he would have thrown for 3,000 yards.
I mean, it was...
If he didn't miss those games.
It's ironic because he would have a great game. Everybody, he's game of the week.
210 yards.
210 yards. Now, again, he could run.
Because Bajent threw for 860 yards in the 4 games that he played. Because he only played the second half.
But see, again, if Fields didn't hold the ball too long, he wouldn't have gotten hurt to begin with in the Vikings game. Because the play was, I don't know if it was a designed rollout.
It wasn't a designed rollout. He was in the
scrambled.
pocket. And then he could have thrown it away because he decided. So then he broke a sack and instead of just throwing it away, then he decides to run outside the pocket, pump fake it,
comes out here,
pump fake it, don't throw it away. Then he gets hit again. Then he gets hit
from behind.
Then he
goes down.
Then he has a chance to pump fake it. Then he has a chance to just take the sack or throw it out of bounds as he feels as soon as he gets hit. Instead, he starts to pump fake it as he's going down.
Yeah, I didn't understand that one because it wouldn't have been an intentional grounding because he's out of the pocket.
But if it doesn't pass line, it wouldn't. But it didn't pass.
Well, I know, but the line of scrimmage was here, and he was here.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a yard or 2 behind it.
No, he was 6 yards behind it.
So surely he could have just, tossed it toward the ground to somebody's feet, and I don't know. I know I became less of a Fields fan over just that silly Dallas game.
Oh, my God.
I started becoming a little bit more of a fan of his But the running, I think the running was great, but the running was
He still fumbled 16 times.
what's the word I'm looking for? Like
What?
the running.
I
Like
don't know.
we were just setting ourselves up for like I don't know. There's something I'm trying to think that I can't really say. Like you set this expectation, but then you know that it's going to fail. But I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with that. But the thing about Fields that got me was the Dallas game last year when he threw the interception to Micah Parsons and jumped over Micah Parsons instead of touching him down.
And then they ended up scoring.
And then Micah Parsons got up and ran it in for a touchdown.
Yeah. About that just shows you that Fields does not have good football knowledge.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Like, how do you not know? If you've been, if you're a football fan, right? So I assume that you've been.
And this was last year, so this was his second year. It's not like he was a rookie and this happened, right?
Right. So, but like, if you watch football your whole life, right? Because you want to be in the NFL.
What are you messing with the pen? Okay,
Yeah.
it's like
Oh.
it's a lot of clicks right by the microphone.
Sorry.
You're fine. I
Um.
know you're trying to stay awake.
No, I just really am dizzy right
All right. Well,
now.
Let's talk bracket and COVID.
What was I gonna say?
I have no idea.
Oh yeah,
You're not.
like, how do you grow up watching football because you want to be in the NFL, but then you just don't know that if a defender's down, then you have to touch them.
Well, I guess the same reason why people run toward the end zone and drop the ball at the 1 yard line, celebrating a touchdown.
That's different.
Is it?
That's just people being dumb trying to taunt like
How many
Fields
times-
wasn't taunting.
Well, how many times have you seen a live football on the ground, and then all the players are just standing around looking at it, and finally somebody picks it up and runs it the other way?
I've never seen that happen in a live game.
Well, it's happened
I
several
know.
times.
I've seen replays.
You've only seen like 2 seasons.
I've seen 3
It happened actually in the Bears-Packers game.
a couple years ago. Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, you saw that one. It doesn't happen very often.
But usually it's when people think it's an incomplete pass.
Now, sometimes if it's a lateral, yeah, that does. But that's
No, I
what
mean,
I'm
like,
just-
sometimes it looks like that the quarterback's arm was going forward, but the ball actually popped out earlier, and then
gotcha.
it just got bounced around a little bit.
that's
Like, his
why-
arm went, like, they smacked the ball out of his arm, and his arm was going forward. It was like, right here, right before his arm started going forward. They smacked it out, and then he, like, punched the ball forward.
Right.
And it's like, oh, crap, he threw it forward. He didn't actually throw it forward because he didn't have possession of the ball, and it was like that.
But look, like one of the most basic rules you learn of football, if the ball's on the ground, you get it. That's it. Ball's on the ground, you get it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you never know. It could be a live ball, maybe it's not a live ball, but still get the ball and hand it to the referee. Or if it's a live ball, see how far you can go until you get tackled. So, I don't know. That's football. That's all we're going to talk about football right now. That was a whole lot. I mean, that was 38 minutes of just football, Justin Fields, and a little bit of Caleb Williams.
Mm-hmm.
So we also got, because today is Selection Sunday. So we had all the NCAA basketball conference tournaments.
Do you have the matchups pulled up
Of what?
for the tournament?
No,
Here, I got it.
I don't know where my phone is. I had it on my phone, but I don't even know where my phone's at. I don't even have my phone. That's funny. So, what did we... I went and looked, and 5 of the top 25 teams won their conference. That's crazy. A lot of upsets this year so far, especially in the tournaments.
Oh, I don't like that one.
But that leads me to wonder, are the teams getting more leveled out because of the transfer portal? Or are some of the bigger teams that are like, hey, look, I already know we're in the tournament. Do they maybe play less aggressively, or care, maybe they care a little bit less about this particular tournament because it's not the end all of end alls? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm trying to find the one that I saw.
Like, I mean, most people don't be like, did you win the NCAA tournament? No, but we did win the SEC tournament, though.
Here it is. Here's all the matchups.
That's a lot. We're not going to sit here and go through
I know
all of these.
That just shows you the matchups if you want to just look at them.
I mean, there are a lot. Well, obviously, there's 68 teams.
64.
There's 64 teams, and then there's 4 play-ins.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 68 games or 68 teams, because there's 4 have to play to get to the end in the tournament,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's 64 teams actually in the
Tournament.
tournament. So you got the 4 play-in games. Let's see, the 4 top seeds this year. You got UConn in the East, Houston in the South, Purdue in the Midwest region, and North Carolina in the West region.
North Carolina, go morning Raiders.
Which North Carolina kind of got screwed.
How?
So when you're a number 1 seed, they always try to put you as close to your home location as possible. So normally, again, like Midwest, Purdue, Midwest, good region. South, Houston, good region. East, UConn, good region. But of course, there's always a West, and then North Carolina was just odd man out, and so they got screwed. So they got to go play out on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like it would have been easier to switch Houston and UNC.
Yeah, I could see that. That might have even been a little bit better because you got Duke, North Carolina,
And Kentucky in the
and
same
Kentucky.
bracket.
That would be wicked. But maybe they didn't want that because maybe they wanted like
A Final Four finals matchup.
a Duke and North Carolina. See, that's what the college basketball games, the brackets are definitely scripted for entertainment purposes, and I'm trying to put.
It's my birthday, Dad.
I know, right? Anyways, I'm sitting here trying to type in my code, but I'm like, dang, we don't need to tell them what our codes are to our phones.
I just told you.
Anyway, so I don't even know what I was saying because I got distracted on that.
It's scripted.
Oh yeah, thank you. It's scripted because they're like, okay, look, we want UK and Duke to play, you know, picturesque if everybody won the way that they think that they're going to go, because that's why ended up putting, of course, UK and Duke in the same bracket. We all know that UK and Duke has history and tournaments.
Of course, we all know the biggest event in college basketball history. I hate waiting.
Jeez Louise, you done slid out of your whole chair. But I think there's going to be a whole lot of upsets this year. I don't know. I'm just
saying that.
I'm looking forward to it. I love this time of the year. This is like, you got all basketball all day Thursday. Well, some on Wednesday, but you got all day Thursday, all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. Opening weekend is absolutely great, off the chart. And now that we got YouTube TV, we get to put up in 4 squares, so I don't have to flip back and forth between the games. Of course, if there's only 2 games, we got 2 TVs.
So when do we play if we win?
So we play Thursday and Saturday. So if we win Thursday, we play Saturday.
So it's the finals, the Final Four, Elite 8, Sweet 16, the round of 32.
Yeah, there's a round of 32 and then 64. I mean, they don't really. It's not really anything until you get down to the Sweet 16.
The Elite 8, Final Four, and then the championship
Yep.
game. UConn won that last year.
Oh, that's where my phone is. My phone was in my pocket. Or not in my pocket. Anyways. So UK's got, hopefully they'll be able to pick up their defense. This last game, they just got bullied. But of course,
I blame Justin Fields.
heavens, but you blame him for everything. We already talked about Justin Fields.
Okay,
Some people blame the refs. We got
Oh my
crappy
God.
defense. At the end of the day, you can't really blame the refs. But now they're coming out like statistically, like, oh, this particular ref is the one who called all the fouls against Reeves. None of the other refs did. And when he refed them last time they played in the regular season, He called 22. Like, they got all
these
this.
statistics.
Oh my gosh! Like, if you give somebody enough time, sports wise, they will go in and dissect everything. They're like, you call it, like, they're like this guy. So the 3 or 4. So what? Reeves had 4 fouls in this last game, and at least 3 of them were phantom, and the 4th one was very questionable.
No. The 4th one was phantom. The 4th one's the one where the guy jumped up to get the rebound and Reeves didn't even look at him.
I know, but there was just like, you go back and look at him, and it was like this particular play, like he didn't even touch him, foul. This particular play, like he's trying to box out, foul. Like, it's just.
And then you have, later in the game where they smack Dillingham's arm up, and then Dillingham tries to go for the ball, and their center just decides to go ahead and just lay him out, like he didn't even go for the ball. He just looked over at Dillingham, took a step forward, stuck his shoulder out, like he was trying to make a hit stick tackle.
Yeah, and then there was also the one right in front of the ref where they grabbed his arm or body, and he kind of turned. But anyways, it's neither here nor there. If you're dependent upon the refs to win, you're probably not in a good situation to begin with. And the Wildcats, UK, just continues to play this where they get blown by the point guard or whoever has the ball, just dribbles, goes right around their guy, and then the other 3 or 4 guys just kind of all compact the lane, and then he just throws to the wide open guy. And we'll be off of him about 20 feet. So, of course, we're running, go, ah! And they just shoot right over top of us. Ah! No. Trying to get some excitement,
I'm just dizzy.
I know. You're just not feeling it today, are you? Yeah. So we're going to wrap this up because Hayden is dizzy. Logan's already tapped out. We might talk a little bit more next time, but we'll definitely have to have something for this weekend because the games, and I'm hoping I'll be in a good mood this weekend because this weekend got ruined. UK lost and my weekend plans were ruined. So hopefully next weekend's a good weekend and UK wins both games. Yeah, they got the Thursday game against Oklahoma.
No, they don't.
No, I keep calling them Oklahoma. Jeez Louise. It's the Thursday game they play Oakland. Oakland as in Oakland, California.
As in the Oakland Raiders.
And then if they... Oh, see, you don't have... Where's the bracket? The South. Come on. Why can I not zoom in on this?
Oh, it's pulled up.
Like, I'm trying to zoom in so I can see who they play. Who would they play next? Marquette? Or is that...
Is this the right one?
The next round. It's the South.
Kentucky, let's see. We will play Texas Tech or North Carolina State.
That's what it is. All right, so yeah, Kentucky plays Oakland. If we win, we play the winner of Texas Tech and NC State, which NC State just ran the ACC tournament, so
yeah, they did.
That's a little concerning there.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk more.
And then we'll play
figure that out.
Marquette's team.
Could, maybe. I don't know. Marquette's beaten us before in the tournament. I remember that game. I don't remember what year it was, but I remember. Anyways.
So Kentucky will play, the winner of Kentucky's game will play the winner of the Texas Tech NC State. And then the winner of that will play the winner of the Florida State or the BSU Colorado game versus the Marquette Western Kentucky. The winner of that will play Kentucky versus whatever.
That was a whole lot of just...
I can't.
I know. That was just a...
Process this.
Very much run on, and I don't even know where we're at right now.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and end this. Hayden become less dizzy. Logan will start feeling better once the pollen counts go down. Anything you want to say?
No. Stay healthy.
And we're out of here, guys.
Goodbye.
Y'all take care, have fun, and go Big Blue.